Hey everybody. Uh, I was wondering, have you ever been traveling along and somewhere along the way you see a sign on the side of the road? It's a historical marker, and you always want to check it out. In this video, we did check one out. This marker is about the Battle of the Bandera Pass of 1843, and of course the dates. Up for argument, I guess. It could be 1841, 1842. They don't know. But anyways, Bandera Pass is about 11 miles north of the city of Bandera, Texas. And it's on Bandera Highway. It is a gap or a valley that runs through the chain of mountains that make up the Texas Hill Country. For thousands of years, the indigenous people of the area have been using it as a thoroughfare for easy travel through the area to go from the north part of Texas to the south part of Texas. And I think in the early 1700s, a Spanish explorer with the surname of Bandera passed through it and discovered it, and therefore it was named Bandera Pass. Another story says that there were a tribe of Apache living on the north side of the pass, and the Spanish, of course, coming into the Texas area, they butted heads and fought many times over this pass, and decided to have a truce, and the Comanche would stay on the north side of the pass, and the Apache would stay on the north side of the pass, and the Spanish would stay on the south side of the pass, and the boundary is marked by a flag, which is Spanish for Bandera. Who knows? The naming is lost in history. But our story starts with a guy named Captain John Hayes of the legendary Texas Rangers. And he himself was a legend. Him and about 40 or 50 Texas Rangers had left the San Antonio area as a Comanche had now taken over the area and were raiding from the pass. And they were the preeminent power at this time. They had chased off the Apache, chased them into the mountains, and stole their lands, which is kind of a common theme when tribes of all nationalities look for resources for the people. But I digress. In any case, the Comanche were like I said, the preeminent power in the area, and they were the superior cavalrymen in every way, surpassing probably even the Mongols of Europe. They halted Texas advancement probably 50, 60 years. Yeah, I got notes. It is said the Comanche were excellent horsemen, and they could shoot 20 arrows a minute at a full gallop. And they hit you in the eye within 30 yards, oftentimes holding on with just their heels in their hands and shooting the bow and arrow underneath the neck of the horse as they went by, shielding their bodies with the horse. I have a hard time imagining that. That's amazing that they were able to do so. And they also used 15-foot lances made of wood that they would, when they got close enough, they would skewer their adversaries with it. Horrible way to die. The Texas Rangers were armed with single-shot rifles. Once they shot, it took 30 seconds to a full minute to reload. They were at a severe disadvantage when it came to confronting the Comanche. And they didn't have much luck against them. However, this time would be a different story. The battle would mark a change, and that's why it's significant, and that's why there's a marker there. These Rangers were armed for the first time with the Patterson Colt 5-shot pistol, and the Comanche had never seen this before. This raiding party was 200 to 600 warriors, and they should have had the upper hand, especially since they seen the Rangers coming and they set up an ambush, hiding along the slopes on either side of the pass, hiding in the bushes and behind rocks. And as the Rangers got about halfway into the pass, or a third of the way into the pass, they unleashed their attack. John Hayes is known for his leadership abilities, being calm under fire. He had been discomforted by the amount of the Comanche that they were facing. But he commanded his men to dismount, tie up your horses, and we can whip them. No doubt about it. That's what he said, and his men listened. One of the men that survived the attack said that the pistols made a heck of a difference. For every shot they shot, and they would drop a warrior. You can imagine the carnage that was with 40 or 50 Rangers, 5 shots apiece, and who knows, maybe they had extra cylinders, can reload again. Maybe they had more than one pistol. But Comanche survivor years later said that they had a shot for every finger of their hand. So it was a turn of the tide for sure. During the course of the battle, one of the war party's chiefs, I think it was the war party chief, got a little too close to hand-to-hand combat to one of the Rangers. Supposedly he was a pretty big fella, and a young guy, and they got in a knife fight, and the Ranger sliced him up pretty badly, killed him, and that's bad medicine for the Comanche raiding party, so they pulled back. And as night fell, the Rangers bunkered down, and the Comanche pulled back to the north side of the pass. The Rangers said they could hear them wailing throughout the night. But as the dawn came, in the nighttime, the Comanche were able to pick up what dead they could and had taken off. The Rangers took a body count and they lost 5 men. Several were injured, some pretty badly. So they headed back to San Antonio. The repeating revolvers had changed the tide, and the fact that 40 or 50 Rangers didn't get slaughtered, had faced hundreds of Comanches, was telling. It marked a change in how the frontier wars would be waged from then on. If you want to read more about that, there's a great book about the Texas Rangers and the Comanches. I would suggest it's called The Empire of the Summer Moon by S.C. Gwynn. I've read it. It's a great book. It's hard to put down. During the Civil War, I think there was a garrison of Confederates at this pass. I don't think they were ever involved in any conflict here. After the Civil War, it became the part of the Great Western Cattle Trail. Southern Texas ranchers would drive their cattle north along this trail and up to Kansas, to the railroads for slaughter, and Bandera became a kicking off point, or staging area for a lot of these cattle drives as they headed north. Bandera is still considered the cowboy capital of the world, and that's where the cowboys would get kitted up for these drives, and it's still there, still historic. A lot of things to see and do when you go there. That's all I got for now. Hopefully we get a chance to check out other historical markers. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about them along our journey. And until then, we'll see you later. Warfrog out.